Easy business ideas. Let's say you want to start a business. You maybe want to start it on the side. Low startup capital, minimal experience training. Just easy business to get in to make some extra money going into this summer. So I'm going to give you some easy business ideas today. Number one is pressure washing and outdoor services. So businesses within this are lawn care, pressure washing, landscaping, junk removal, potentially moving. A lot of people are moving right now, so you can offer moving services. You can go rent a U-Haul, bring that, grab your buddies, go make some extra money. Just think of stuff that people don't want to do, right? I pay somebody to mow my lawn. I paid somebody to help me move. I have some areas that I need to pressure wash around my house. I have things that I need to do for landscaping. I don't want to do them. I want to pay somebody to do them. And whoever is going to do them is going to make some extra money there, and you can make some pretty good money. And then you can gradually take that outdoor service business and slowly get into the home services business, which would give you a more even revenue throughout the year. Because outdoor services, depending on where you live, it can be very seasonal. And when you can get in and get clients, the biggest thing that I see people become successful is when you're first in business, you're working your tail off to get a client. You're knocking on doors, you're putting yard signs out, and then the biggest mistake that I see people do is once they have a client, even if they're doing landscaping, they're not in there explaining what else they can do. They're not in there explaining, hey, is there any way you know anyone else? Like, could you give me a review on Facebook? Is there any way we could take a picture together? Like something crazy and funny to get you out there in front of their people. I saw a lawn care guy. He said, just sign up a new client, and he takes a picture with them and tags them on Facebook. And it's crazy. Half the people he tags end up sharing that on their personal page. So the advantage of that is, he's getting his name out there by just taking a picture with somebody, and they think it's funny and they share it. So, the marketability of using your clients to expand, using their influence, okay? It's not the best who wins, it's the best known. So as you get into home services, these businesses are really easy to start for the most part. The outdoor services, and then you can get into some remodeling, some painting, some drywall, some of that stuff you might have to learn, epoxy flooring, garage floors, flooring installation. Some of these things you might have to go take a local class, maybe go fly somewhere, learn how to properly floor a house, do the trim. There's a lot of stuff in home services that don't require a lot of capital. Obviously there's more skilled trades that you're going to have to get a ton of experience in, like plumbing and remodeling, all that, or not plumbing, HVAC, remodeling, roofing. Roofing's another one where you're going to want to take a class. You're going to want to make sure you know what you're doing. But, getting into one of those businesses and start making some good money, you can make $500,000 to $1 million, profit about $200,000, $300,000 pretty easily. You get to that profit, then you can say, okay, what's another business that I could start that's a little bit more sophisticated, that somebody with a pickup truck can't show up and undercut my price? Because that's the issue with outdoor services, is that it's hard to sustain this business for a very long period of time because somebody is always undercutting you because it's a very low skill trade. So if you can get into something more skilled where you can go say, okay, I have some capital, now I'm going to go do some excavating, or I'm going to do some asphalt, I'm going to do something that requires some more skill, some more training that I can get through. So, that's a good start. But the good, if you're a young person, you want to start a business, you want to make some extra money, you can do all these things on the side. You can do house cleaning very easily. Let's say for some reason you're not a person who wants to work outdoors. You don't want to do that. You don't want to sit around and sweat. Do house cleaning. People right now with Airbnbs will pay you $100 to $200 to clean, deep clean. Sometimes they're $400 to $500 when a tenant moves out. You land an apartment contract where you're cleaning their apartments when people move out. It's disgusting, but shoot, man, you can make $500 in 2 to 3 hours of a deep clean. So, there's these jobs out there that you can make really good money and take that money and invest it back into a business that, is worth more while. You can buy more equipment, expand into a business that it's harder to get in front of. So these are the businesses I would start going into the summer if I had nothing going on. I didn't have a lot of capital. So as always, if you're looking for more business ideas, scale your business, or information on how to grow your business, reach out to me. And always hit like and subscribe. Thanks.